Hey Henry, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I'm going to send you just the lenses for your own RayBan 5154 size 49. Of course, I'm going to demonstrate on the color 5256, which is the green Havana, but you have a black one at home. But just for fun, I'm going to use the green one to cut the lenses. So I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses, one of which says RayBan, and I'm going to put it into my tracer, wake up the computer, and hit start. The first thing that's going to happen is this stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the shape of the right lens before moving over and tracing the shape of the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you will receive free, clear, single vision prescription or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars and you want to get reimbursed from your purchase, you can, even though these aren't prescription. But Henry, in your case, these are prescription. And Henry, in your case, since you did not buy the frame for me, I've got to charge you for the lenses. So, but hey, you bought if you had bought the frame for me, your lenses would have been free. But since you got them from someone else, I'm going to charge you. But here's how I'm going to cut them. Your pupillary distance in both eyes is 60. So I'm going to program that into the computer. We're going to make that 30 in both eyes. So let me go ahead and go down and get your lenses prepped. I'm going to, let's see, your right eye is -2 -1/4 at 175. I'm going to spin the axis wheel of my Marco 101 lensometer to 175. Put the power drum on -2. I got to get my flashlight ready. Where's my flashlight? There it is, so I don't lose it. I'm going to take your lens out of the protective sleeve. It's already on -2. I'm going to put your lens in and rotate it until the sphere power comes in clearly. Why is it not coming in clearly? There we go. There we go. Find the optical center. Put the clamp down. Check your astigmatism correction. What little you have, that looks good. I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses. The third one's always a little bit hard to see, so I'm going to darken that and put an R on there. Now your left eye is -1 1/4 -50 at 180. Spin the axis wheel 5 degrees from 175 to 180. Of course, here it's 0, but a straight line is 0 to 180. And of course, you know that from the math that you've already taken, Henry. Put the lens in. I put the power drum on -1 1/4. Put the lens in. Find the optical center. Rotate the lens until the sphere power comes in clearly. Put a 3rd dot on here and put an L, which is Latin for not right. Okay, I'm lying. I'm making that stuff up. Don't quote me on this. Okay. You're going to go into Latin class and say L stands for not right. No, that should be in Spanish or German or one of those languages. Pig Latin. There's some language out there that L stands for not right. So, okay, the reason why I put those 3 dots on there is your lens has to go in there and be oriented just right. It cannot rotate at all. So with those 3 dots, and of course, ignore that little darker one on the bottom. Let me see if I can erase that. Nope, I can't. We're just going to have to live with it. That blue cross is the geometric center of the frame. If you were to measure vertically as well as horizontally, I don't have 2 here, but if it was the crosshairs of a scope, that's where that blue cross would be. Your eyes are just inset from there. So I'm going to put that 1 dot in the center, and then those other 2 dots line up. Now, this is a block. As you know by now, I like to call him Jenny from the Block, even though I've never heard that song. My wife talks about it. That's right, honey, I'm talking about you. And the little silver button on the back is a magnet, so I need to attach a double-sided adhesive sticker on here. What do you know, I got a couple of those. I'm going to pull the paper away to make the second side of the double-sided sticky pad. Sticky, the green side is the sticky pad. If you don't believe me, look. All right. Okay, so let's use the magnet. I'm going to stick it on there. Make sure I didn't knock anything. Nope, those are still lined up. Hit the button. The arm comes down and places the block onto the right lens. Let's get everything lined up for your left. It already mirrors the the right, so it comes up at 30. I don't have to program anything. I'm going to get that dot lined up in the center. Those other 2 dots. Hopefully you can see that orange line going across there. That shows me that that's oriented perfect. Pull the paper off and blow on this one for good luck. Okay, now let's hit the button. The arm's going to drop down and apply the block to your lens. So the actual cutting wheel, by the way, this is my edger $40,000. I only have to cut 1,000 of your lenses to break even. Is my math right? No, maybe 10,000. I just didn't know there was going to be so much math involved. All right, so the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. This wheel into the center of that channel, that valley, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So I'm going to take your right lens and place it into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I'm feeling very formal and I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. Hit that button to wake up the computer. That is going to be the shape of your right lens. I do not want to polish it. I do not want to put a heavy bevel, just a very light bevel on the front. And I'll be beveling the back and then hit stat, as I say in Boston. Stat. Oh, let me get the flashlight. The flashlight. So it's now going to trace the shape of your lens to make sure the lens is large enough to fit into your frame, and it is. Of course, it's going around twice, measuring the thickness at every point to know exactly where to place the bevel so it fits best inside the frame. If need be, it would move the bevel forwards or backwards so that it'll fit best inside the frame. Of course, your lenses, you're not going to have much of a problem with edge thickness. You want to see it as it touches down on the cutting wheel? Dun 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 dun. The suspense is killing you, isn't it? Come on, spin, spin. Oop, and touch just a little bit. See that rough edge on the lens? Now you're going to see a white edge. There you go. Clear spot, grind. No more clear spot. Oh, there's one. You see that little thing hanging on there? That's optical sawdust. It's going around, it's going around. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Forgive me for being lazy. I'm into the whole brevity thing. Come on, dude. All right, so polycarb, the dude abides. One day you'll understand that. But polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. It is bulletproof up to 22 caliber. If it wasn't, could I do that? That's right, I'm banging on your lens, but it's my lens. You haven't paid for it yet. That's why I don't even know what city you're in, because I haven't gotten a payment from you, but you need these so fast. I promise you I'd cut them ahead of time, and then I will just work out a payment and I'll get them to you in the mail. But anyway, they have both UVA and UVB protection built into these. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every few hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun. And of course, your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. The other nice thing about your lenses is that it's also aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. A spherical lens is completely round in every direction like a basketball. A spherical lens, A-N, let's try this again, go back to English class. A spherical lens has a much flatter front curvature, so the actual curvature is flat, thinner and lighter, and the curvature is much flatter. So you're gonna have the best cosmetic feature possible. Now, I also need this, and you're gonna need something. So this is important, pay attention, Henry. Your frame has a little metal screw. You're going to need a little tiny Phillips head screwdriver. You may be able to do it with a flat head, but it actually comes with a little Phillips head screw. But you do not, you want a bowl, a baking pan, ask your parents for one of those. Get a baking pan and put a t-shirt in there, or a large bowl, something where if by accident you take the screw out all the way, which I'm going to do here, it does not fall out and bounce away. It'll land on something soft and stay right there. But if you're really good, oops, see, look at me, already dropping stuff. If you're really good, I'm going to tighten the screw all the way back down, righty-tighty. You can take it out just a little where you get a little bit of wiggle, but the screw is still in there. The reason why I'm telling you that is because, let me grab another paper towel since that one's on the bottom. Dry your lens off so it is not slippery. Check to make sure there's no optical sawdust. Look, there it is. Can you see it against something black? It's falling like snow. Did you get any snow last week? Of course, I have no idea where you live. We got about 7 inches where I live here in North Carolina. So, let me dry the lens off again so it's not slippery. But again, I cannot emphasize enough, your lenses are virtually unbreakable. You're not going to chip them, you're not going to flake them. You do not have to take the screw all the way out, just loosen it enough so you have a little bit of wiggle. Can you hear that sound? So you can pop the lens in, so you don't have to worry about the screw. Leave it somewhat attached. Tuck it in at the outside corner. If you notice, my feet are roughly shoulders distance apart. My elbows are touching my sides, arms bent at a right angle. The side I'm working on is closest to me. I'm not trying to reach across the frame and make it awkward. But stand above the baking pan or large bowl. Tuck the lens in at the outside corner, then using your thumbs, push down at the nose. It should snap right in. I'm going to tighten the lens down, and we're done. So let's go ahead and start cutting the left lens. Put that in there. Flip that over to L, which again stands for not right. You remember Latin, don't you? And then hit start. Just like before, the door is going to close, the clamp is going to shut, and then the lens is going to move up, and it's going to be traced by 2 white styluses. Again, making sure the lens is large enough to fit into the frame, as well as measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly where to place the bevel so that you get no edge thickness. Look at that. Look how thin your lenses are in there. It's going to look great. Of course, with the front curvature of your lens, nothing is bulging out. Let me take that block off and show you that no part of the lens is bulging out. Great cosmetic look. See that? See that? Look at that. Look at that right there. I tell you, don't get no better. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that it's made right. Where'd your prescription go? What'd I do with your prescription? It was around here once upon a time. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. I covered up. See what kind of mess I'm making? I hope you're much more professional than I am. Of course, all you need is that. You're not going to need your prescription. So I'm going to go down here and check your prescription. I'm going to put the axis wheel back on 175. I'm keeping that red dot on your lens. That is your optical center. I'm going to put it in my lensometer just above that dot. I'm going to check the power, and I'm getting -2. I'm going to check your astigmatism correction, which you have 1 step, and I'm at -2 1/4 total power. The way your prescription reads, -2 -1/4 at 175, you are far-sighted. I'm sorry, you are nearsighted. Without your glasses on, everything from arm's reach in is wonderful, but trying to reach something far away, it starts to get blurry, very far away, extremely blurry. Sorry, that's a scientific term. I'm not sure what it means. Extremely blurry. Sounds very scientific, doesn't it? So anyway, you need 8 steps of correction. Everything is in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, 150, 175. Do I hear 2? 2 sold. So you need 8 steps of correction for farsightedness in your right eye. Without your glasses on, everything is much larger in real life than it appears. So these big guns, boom, 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 boom. They look much larger in real life than they really are. But when you put your glasses on, it will minify. That's why there is a minus down to the little chicken wing that it really is. So this first number makes everything the correct size. This second number is your astigmatism correction. There is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. I got curly hair. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. The reason why people squint is because of astigmatism. Is you squint to change the shape of your eye to try and correct for that. So you only need 1 step of astigmatism correction. Think of this as the fine-tune knob. This first number makes everything the right size. The second number takes away fuzzy edges, like a fine-tune knob. So we just turn that knob. A straight line is 0 to 180, so we're going to turn that knob past 90 degrees, almost all the way to 180, but we're going to stop at 175. Now your left eye is, you only need 5 steps of correction for your farsightedness, but you need 2 steps for astigmatism correction. But we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 180, so we're going to turn all the way here. Of course, 180 is the same starting point as here. That and that is the same measurement. That's crazy, isn't it? So the reason why we end up at 2 1/4, you add these 2 numbers together. So if someone had borrowed $2 and they borrowed another 1/4, they would owe you 2 1/4. That's why we ended up there. It's going to be a total of 175 for your left eye, 1 1/4 to minification, another 2 steps, 1 1/4 and 50 makes 175. Let's go ahead and take your left lens out. Let's dry it off. Let's shake it all about. Put your right lens in. Take your left lens out. Where'd your frame go? It was around here somewhere. Have I already lost that too? Okay. Remember, anytime you're using a screwdriver, stand above something that's going to catch that screw, or just don't loosen it all the way. Loosen it just enough where you hear a little bit of wiggle. I may have to do it some more. I didn't do it as far this time, but tuck the lens in. And again, I'm working on the side closest to me. Tuck it in the outside corner first. Using your thumbs, press down. Your unbreakable lens will snap right in. We're going to tighten the screw back. And of course, your lenses, I guess I can keep that in there. Your lenses will be shipped in foam protective sleeves, so you never have to worry about them scratching, and they're going to be folded over for twice the protection. They're going to be put into a padded envelope and then mailed to you. And with this video, you'll be able to see it, and I just smeared that red dot. Let me put another one back on there. So I'm going to put that in over the red dot again, turn the axis wheel to 180. Your prescription again is -1 1/4. I'm just going to check the prescription really quick. What do you know? We end up at -1 1/4. How did we do that? Man, I must be good. Let's check your astigmatism correction, which is 2 steps, and we're at -175, 1 tick mark away from 2. So that is made correctly. Let me check your astigmatism, your pupillary distance. Let me darken that again so you can see it. Darky, 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 darky. That's a squeaky sound, by the way. Very scientific squeaky sound. But your PD is 60, so I'm going to place my 0 on my PD stick against my thumb on your right lens. When we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 60. Man, I couldn't make these lenses any better if I'd made them myself. So that is that. I'm going to clean all the lenses up and get them shipped out to you, because you need these as soon as possible, because you're such a busy guy. You know, you got no time left for playing or anything fun. You got to get your new lenses and do whatever it is you do. By the way, free pink cloth with every pair of glasses. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to send out another color for you. The ladies get the pink. It's for the ladies. For the ladies. Speaking of which, your little sister put a little video on YouTube. That's all I know about you, is that she lost a puppy. The cutest puppy I'd ever seen. You had sad music playing in the background. Dude, you almost made me cry during that video. Come on, dog. Come on, man. Come on. Man, put some videos up there that are fun, that aren't going to make me cry. You make me look bad when my wife walks in the room. That's right, I'm talking about you again, honey. Okay, so that's that. So Henry, I'm just about to get these lenses packed up and shipped to you, no matter wherever it is you live. I hope you live in the United States, because there's free shipping anywhere in the United States. Now, of course, yours is not going in a green frame. I just got some funky stuff here, and I just thought this would be a cool color to have on the shelf that uses a template to cut lenses. But if anyone has any questions, you can email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. And Henry, I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses for your RayBan 51, 54, size 49. And everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.